It's Saturday the 9th of November. I'm just looking out of the window. It is definitely a cloudy day. It really feels like we are in November now. I have just arrived to my sister's house. We are having a sister weekend and I have been so excited about this all week. Do grab yourselves a cosy drink and settle in because we're going to have a lot of fun over the weekend. Earlier on today got a drink. Come in. Little tea cup. Look at these. I'll try and show you in the screen if I can. God, I get treated so well when I arrive. These little tea sets, there's a peppermint tea in here, and my sister's also popped a little lemon slice in the top. I've not even taken my coat off yet. I always feel like royalty when I come here. So I've got this beautiful cup of tea, and of course, when you come to my sister's house, you always get given one of these when you have a drink. I'll show you. Who remembers tea cakes? Who is a tea cake fan? You always get one of these when you come to my sister's. It will always be served up with a warm drink. Isn't it so nice having a drink made for you? And when it's displayed so beautifully, it makes it extra special. GB and I popped into town this morning. We just went to Halsey's, had a cinnamon bun, and we actually did a little bit of planning for the next couple of months. We've both got so many dates. So we both got our calendars out and was writing couple dates down and things that we both got planned. But I popped over to Poundland, and in Poundland there were these Christmas elves, the shop assistants, popping out things along the Christmas aisle. So I managed to get a little bit of footage. So I've got some new in Poundland. Let's go Christmas shopping and see what is new in Poundland for 2024. Enjoy. Fabulous ribbon in all colours, perfect for the tree or wrapping up presents, £1. They had lots of table decorations in varieties of colours. These were 80p each. I loved these Nordic mugs. These were £4 and that snow sprinkles all over the cup. What about these tumblers? A little bit of sparkle there, £4. Over to the bakery section, £1 for these oven gloves. So many bakery things in store. These were £2 each. Again, this set was £2. I thought that was fabulous. This bacon tartan set would make a nice Christmas present at £10. Some spatulas there, £1.25. The Christmas serviettes were 80p each in a variety of designs. They also had a lot of Christmas cutlery, mainly in gold. These were fun, not really for my house, but I thought they were great at £6. A candle there, again a very Nordic design at £6. I really wish I'd picked these wooden stars up. If any friends go, please pick them up for me, £4. We have a very Scandi Christmas and I loved these black and gold houses. £2 for the small and £4 for the tall. I'm just getting myself settled in. There's so much to tell you because we've got such a busy weekend, but also I've got a little secret surprise for my sister. So I'm just going to get that now and show you before she comes back in. Earlier on today, I was rushing around in town knowing that I was coming here for the weekend, and I just wanted to find my sister just a few little bits as a thank you. Gives you a little bit of a clue about what we're doing this weekend. I'm here at my sister's house, so she lives just 7 to 10 minutes away from ours, so we're really local and we love spending time together. She is my very best friend as well as my sister, and I feel incredibly lucky to have her in my life. This weekend is a special one. I know it may seem incredibly early to so many people, but we're struggling to find a weekend where we can spend together before Christmas because we have one very special Christmas tree to put up today. The Christmas tree itself has been on quite the journey because it spent time when we lived in our family home, and then it came with me when I moved out in with GB, and then I changed my Christmas decor, and then the tree has been handed over to my sister. I bought this Christmas tree around, I want to say about 20 years ago, when our joint best friend, so there's 3 of us, there's my best friend, my sister and I, and we're in the same friendship group. I was out with our best friend and I found this Gisela Graham Christmas tree on the same day that my best friend found a tree as well. And I remember that we pushed these trees into the car and we were travelling around looking like crazy people right in the middle of October. If you want to watch a little bit more about my meaning of friendships, there's a vlog called Sweater Weather over on my channel, and that vlog really is about what friendships mean to me. Friendships are family, and the vlog really goes into detail about how special friendships are. The tree itself holds so many memories because the decorations themselves are just incredibly special. And the decorations that I bought my sister also mean something. We're having a little bit of a pre-sister festive evening this evening. Her fiance is out at a concert, so we've got the whole place to ourselves. We can have Christmas movies on, we can have Christmas music blaring if we want to. We have said that we're going to go for a lovely wholesome walk this afternoon, get some really nice food. I know that my sister mentioned about possibly having pasta bake for dinner. She makes the most amazing pasta bake. Then when it's getting a little bit darker, although I say getting a little bit darker, it's 2 p.m. and where the sun has not been out today, England is almost quite dark already. I love it because for me it just means that we can get super cozy. Those of you who've been watching vlogs for quite some time will know that being cozy is my most fabulous thing to do. I love being cozy, I love being warm, so I'm really looking forward to the rest of the day. And then tomorrow we are going to one of our favourite places, and then we are coming back to my sister's and having a wonderful morning in her garden, planting bulbs. She's told me that she wants to look at planting a bulb lasagna, and I'd never heard of this before. I messaged her and said, what is a bulb lasagna? You can just hear that my sister and her fiance are getting ready to go. My sister's on driving duty, so I've got the house to myself, and I thought we could go and have a look at some of the Christmas things that she's brought down from the loft already. This is Christmas heaven to me. My sister has pulled down her Christmas things from the loft, which include the things from when we were young, a few of our special things like Christmas jigsaw puzzles, and in here I think, oh wow, yes, I remember this. The snowman jigsaw puzzle. This brings back lots of memories. One Christmas, my mum, my sister and I went to watch the Snowman Ballet in London. If you have never been, I would definitely recommend it, and you do need to sit quite far to the front for magic to happen, let's say. But the Snowman Ballet was just great for all ages. We were all mesmerised. I remember that the year that we went to the Snowman Ballet, we bought the puzzle of the snowman. I don't think it was very many pieces. It's only 525 pieces, so you could really get that done in an evening. The snowman on the television is one of those traditions that we've always had as a family. I'm sure many of you will feel very sentimental about me saying the snowman. It's something that we always watched on Christmas Eve, and it still comes on telly now on Christmas Eve. And as a family, we would sit down together every Christmas Eve and watch it. Just holding the box just brings back so many memories. I mustn't get anything unorganised in here. My sister said that this area here is where I would really find lots of things that will bring back memories. There's a few books here. A Very British Christmas. Wow, that looks great, that book. I might read a little bit of that later on tonight. A Very British Christmas. My mum would bargain hunt, and she fell in love with these tins years and years ago. Biscuit assortment tins, but she used to store her decorations in the tins. Whilst my sister's out, shall we have a sneaky peek at some of the decorations inside? I'm just going to put them back over here for now, and then I will get out some of the decorations. Whoa. The decorations that we had were very Nordic. So this one belonged to Mum, a red wooden reindeer. Mum absolutely loved doves, so we've got 2 of these, and I remember her saying that they need to look at one another on the tree. There's just so many goodies in here. My sister's got a balsam hill tree, and so have I, but that's her main tree for her main room. Wreaths galore. This wreath is beautiful. It's almost like a winter wreath. You could have that up any time of year. You'll have seen the decorations that I bought for my sister earlier today. Once you've seen some of these, you'll know exactly why I bought the red felt star and the red felt heart. Isn't this one lovely? Again, another felt one, very similar to what I've bought there. Felt snowflake. There's a little shop where I live. It's just outside of the main town, and it's called Down Memory Lane. If you're local, you may know about it already. Before COVID, the shop used to be open all year round, and particularly at Christmas, it would get incredibly busy, and everywhere you looked, there was Christmas decorations, lots of Josiah Graham, all sorts of different decorations, all sorts of colour schemes, all the wreaths. I think that wreath over there was from Down Memory Lane. Probably a lot of these things Our tradition was we would go on the open evening, which they would have the Friday of the half term. See, I remember it so well. It was the Friday of the half term, and you would queue to get inside. The decorations were so incredible. You'd want to get your hands on all the good things. Out the back, they had like an antiques room, but they had Christmas things everywhere. It's one of those places that you could go every day of December and still find something new. We always used to go to the open evening with our best friend, have a mulled wine, spend an evening putting decorations in our basket, queuing up for what felt like ages to pay for them, going with the intention that no, you do not need any more decorations, and then coming out with things that you really do not need but that you've fallen in love with. So most of these decorations were bought from there. Oh wow, I've just spied something in here. I'm sure she won't mind me taking this out. Oh, this is incredibly special. I can't wait to show you this. This is something that I made. I made these with my mum actually. I'll show you. So one Christmas, my mum and I made these beautiful hanging hearts. We saw them on Kirsty's Handmade Christmas, I believe. Isn't this one gorgeous? I'll tell you how we did it. It's a foam heart underneath. They're buttons and then pearl pins. I think we used red tissue paper with glue and let that dry. And I remember GB joining in with that bit. He likes a little bit of craft really, but he wouldn't tell anybody. We let the red tissue paper dry underneath. I bought a selection of red and green buttons and lots of the pearl pins. It was just a case of pinning in the buttons into the foam heart. I think that the foam hearts or the foam shapes were just from the range, and I remember ordering the pearl pins on Amazon because I could buy them in bulk. Mum and I had such fun creating these, and I remember that year I gave one of these to every person that I really did love and treasure. And my sister has still got hers. These Christmas books I have read and thoroughly enjoyed. I've passed them on to my sister and she brings them down every winter. So I thought you may like some good Christmas recommendations. A Christmas Wish and a Cranberry Kiss at the Cosy Kettle. The Gift of Happiness by Holly Martin. I remember this one being fantastic. The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. Christmas at Carly's Cupcakes by Jessica Redland. A Mrs. Miracle Christmas, Millie Johnson, one of my favourite authors. I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. This was fantastic. The Christmas Countdown by Donna Ashcroft. Another Holly Martin book here, Christmas at Lilac Cottage. And another Holly Martin book, A Town Called Christmas. We are home from the most lovely walk all around the back fields. It's been so nice and there were so many big birds. I think we saw, well, I don't know all the names of them actually. I was gonna list off what we saw, but we definitely did see some geese and we saw some big kites as well that were quite close. It's really lovely to get out and about, get some fresh air before the evening. Well, the time has come that we're starting to think about putting up our Christmas tree. This is my sister's conservatory and we've decided that the tree is going to be placed in this corner here. So we're going to have a little bit of moving around of my sister's plants because she's very much like me and loves houseplants. I think she is probably as houseplant mad as I am. I'll definitely try and get some footage of her green pets at some point over the weekend because I know how much we all love houseplants and my sister has them everywhere. I don't know if you've caught up with my November vlog, but I mentioned about spider plants. Now my sister has 2 amazing spider plants, so I'll be sure to show you those later on as well. This is Roo. You may remember him from the Summer Diaries. We did some dog sitting over the summer. Roo's got a little hot water bottle to keep himself warm because it is chilly today. Roo loves nothing more than to be warm and cosy, and I'm sure many of us feel exactly the same. What a dog's life. A hot water bottle to keep warm, a blanket, and if we move the camera around, look what he's watching. A Christmas movie. I mean, can life get any better? My sister has made us the most amazing tuna bake with all the cheese. Cannot wait to eat. I think this is going to be my portion. Literally half. I probably would be able to eat the whole lot, to be quite honest with you. I'm starving. Just in the main room, you can see that we've paused a Christmas film. It looks like it's quite a vital moment because this gingerbread house has fallen down, so goodness knows what's going to happen in the next clip. This is just reminding me that GB and I will be doing a gingerbread house putting together competition coming up on the vlog. Can't wait to eat my dinner and find out what is going to happen next in our Christmas film. Well, this is the Josella Graham tree that I was telling you about. It's a 7-foot tall tree and it's got lots of white snow on. So when you put it up, it's one of those that does need the hoover out. So my sister's been running around with the hoover as I've been putting the branches out. There's lots going on. We're putting Christmas puzzles into the games cupboard. So any time between now and Christmas, when I visit, we'll have a hot chocolate and then do a lovely Christmas puzzle like the snowman one I was telling you about earlier. We've just popped out a few of the poinsettias. Now I've mentioned these before on a come shopping with me vlog. These are actually from IKEA, so I'll bring these up close. I think they were from about 2019, so they may have changed the design slightly, but I remember them not being too much money. What my sister decided to do, I'm sure that you decided to do this and not me. Oh yes, that's right. My sister had said that she'd bought a lot of hessian for her allotment and she had some left over, so just to make these look a little bit more in keeping with her home. So there is quite a few scattered around the conservatory, obviously including my glasses. I put these down and lose them all the time, as you know, so let's move these out the way. I think it's time that we get the lights around the tree and then we can start looking at the Christmas decks. Actually, I don't know where the lights are for the tree. No! I don't know if you caught any of that, but we're not sure where the lights are for this tree at the moment. So everything's on hold until we find the lights. I remember putting this tree up in the apartment that we used to live in, and I had got the lights into this huge tangle. GB and I started sorting out the tangle. I say GB and I, it ended up just being GB because I was not helping at all. I think I was possibly making the problem worse. It took around 4 hours to undo the lights. It was one of those times when I had not wrapped the lights around a piece of cardboard. That is the biggest tip, isn't it? Use some really thick cardboard or fold cardboard over and over and over, and then wrap your lights around so that when you come to them the next year, they're not tangled. And I promised myself I would never ever make that mistake again. I'm just wondering, first of all, can we find the lights for the tree? And secondly, I wonder how she's packed them away. She's been organised so far, so fingers crossed we can find them. Lights are always such a nightmare, aren't they? My sister is upstairs in a far back room, but I've just heard her have a big, big cheer. I think we've found them. So let's get the lights on. I have to say it's very neat, but it is in a ball. I was just saying on here, sis, GB and I, one Christmas, it took us 4 hours to undo the lights, and I actually have proof. I do have video evidence where I was videoing the clock and GB had to undo them, and it was this bunch. Oh my goodness. Right, where's the plug? How long is this going to take? Let's just have a look at the time now. So the time is 7:02. Are we ready? Are we steady? I'm going to time this, see how long it takes. Ready, steady, go. The on the tree, and I have to say it was actually easier than I thought. I went all the way up and I went all the way back down again, and then I started to think, okay, when my sister puts this away, how is she going to know where the last bulb is? Had an idea. I'm a clever sister. So what I've done is at the bottom here, I'll show my sister in a minute, but on the main lead at the bottom down here, I've knotted the last bulb to the lead. It looks very, very full of lights. There is so much to go on this tree, but my sister and I were saying as we were under in the branches, what's great about this tree is because the branches are so thin, it's almost the perfect tree to show off your decorations, and it always looks lovely in here, and I can't wait to finish it off. So we've got a few bits to do. I've also got those little presents for my sister as well, so I'll call her through in a minute and just let her see what GB and I picked up earlier in town, and then we can finish off the tree. Sis, I've just got a little something for you here. Ooh. It's like Christmas has come early. I couldn't not get this. I just saw it and I thought of us, and
that's so lovely.
Just a little memory really of Mama. And
gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. So I remember when we were young, we used to have like, one of us would have one thing,
yes,
and then the other one would have something else.
Yeah. What one do you want then?
Well, I think, well, stars and hearts are both really special because stars are just lovely in the sky, but hearts have your heart. So why don't we go with what's on either side? So this will be my one.
This will be my one.
Yeah, perfect. Yay! Oh, I remember this snowman. These are from IKEA years ago. Yeah, and then these bells are IKEA, but years old. Oh, there's so many nice decorations. Look at the little train. Where do you put that then? Round at the bottom of the tree? It's just lovely looking at decorations, isn't it? How I tend to put decorations on the tree is big decorations at the bottom, smaller ones at the top, and obviously spaced out. So let's go and put the decorations on the tree. I'm so excited. Oh, before I do that though, look at these candy canes. I can't remember where these candy canes were from. They are lovely. There's so many nice decorations that I've not seen for so long. I think there's a white jumper somewhere. We're just having the best sister time. We've had a break on films. Actually, we've got one on a TV here that's on pause. We've been listening to Michael Bublé. Is there anybody more festive than Michael Bublé? He's been blaring out. We've been singing. We've been singing so much, it's made us quite thirsty. Putting up a tree is quite thirsty work. This one is going on the tree next. Gorgeous, isn't it? This is one of my favourite ones. I do have several friends who are either got their boxes out already, have started putting their Christmas decorations up, or already have them up. Is it too early for you? I think if I was to put my 8-foot Christmas tree up in front of the arch window, at the moment I'd possibly be reported on Facebook. I think I may need to wait maybe 3 weeks for me to put mine up. This is making me feel incredibly happy doing this, spending time with my sister and just reliving old times. Even the story behind each decoration is just so important to the family, and I feel like having that time with my sister before Christmas is just so important. As many of you know, I own a vintage dress business called Seasonally Dressed over on Etsy, and every year I look at the Christmas collection. I select one dress and I take great pleasure in dressing up to put the Christmas tree up. I have a mulled wine and I really enjoy it. The 1990s Christmas films where you see people really dressed up for the occasion, Home Alone, Sleepless in Seattle. I want to say one about a little girl and a little boy, and they're trying to get their mum and dad back together for Christmas. All I Want for Christmas. Yes, that's right. And the mum in that film wears a beautiful vintage dress. I think for me, it's all about that nostalgic feeling. I'm sure that we're all looking forward to decorating our own family trees. I will share all the decorating that I do in my own home with you over the next few weeks. I cannot wait.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel. Fa la 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 la.
Where is there space for a sledge? Do you ever do this when you feel like you've finished your tree, but then you find an extra decoration and you can't leave the decoration out? So you have to find somewhere. Well, there's one sledge there, so it can't go that side. Oh dear. Is there any branches? Pop it there. No. That's going to crash into something there. How many of you move your baubles around after the Christmas tree has been put together? I am definitely somebody who will say, no, I think that needs moving, and every day I'm moving a decoration because your eyes just go to them, don't they? Sister and I have just had such fun putting the rest of this tree together. I'm really, really happy with it. It looks great. It's brought back so many memories, and there's just so many wonderful decorations on here. So there's definitely decorations that we have on this tree that have to have prime place. So this was bought for my sister by our best friend. I'll show you this one, it's beautiful. My sister loves gardening. She's got the most spectacular garden. Hopefully we can do some gardening together tomorrow. But this one has a prime position on the tree. I think it was there, it must be there because that bell's spinning around. Very special decoration in prime position on the tree. Decorations just make you feel so warm inside, don't they? Tree is done. We've had a great time, but we've got some vintage ribbon that goes round this tree. I say vintage, it wasn't vintage when I bought it, but it probably is now because I would say it's around 20 years old. Here is the ribbon with these lovely hearts on it. I'm just going to pop the ribbon around the tree, really keeping it to the end branches. So it's always one of those things that we put on after the decorations, one of the finishing touches to the tree. Ribbon always gives a tree a little bit of a vintage feel. And my sister was saying earlier that this one, although it's very Nordic with the Nordic decorations, it's almost a little bit vintage toy shop as well. We've also got vintagey bits and pieces in here. Bring you in nice and close to the tree. So second lot of ribbon is going on. Oh, there's more. So we found a whole nother box. My sister has just found these. So we had these from around the age of, well, I would say I was about 5 and my sister was 3. So I always had the candle and my sister always had the Santa. And then our mum would pop a little present inside, key ring, not chocolate or anything like that. As we got older, it might be like a lip balm, or the perfect size for a little gift. Well, our tree is finally complete. We've had the best evening. I actually don't know what the time is. What's the time, sis?
10:45.
Oh my gosh, it's 10:45. When I started these lights, I think it had just gone 7 o'clock. I cannot believe we've been doing this all this time. We have had a good old look through the decorations though, and we also found some extra boxes that used to belong to Mum. So we've just sat round those, really reminiscing and yeah, having such a lovely evening. It's been so nice. Then it's time. What?
No, it's fine. I do just wonder at the top of the tree.
Oh. Did we just forget? I think we forgot. I just think we forgot to put the topper on. What topper have you got? We completely forgot to put a topper on. I don't know if I can just get him to stay. No. We've just honestly not stopped giggling and talking about all these decorations. We've just forgot about the Santa topper. Poor Santa. Well, elastic band is a good idea, but like a hairband.
Yeah.
And Mum would have pulled these up because Santa has a black belt. What, we need to figure out if we have batteries or how to use it.
Right, we need to figure out if we have batteries.
Look at the little light. Oh, nutcracker. So the batteries are working then? What are they? I mean,
I think the batteries work with the lights, but not to cool the engine.
oh, the
Just
batteries.
turn it on and it makes a noise. Look. Hang on. I think the engine's meant to go.
It sounds like the batteries have. This sounds like the Nightmare Before Christmas. She's told me that there's a little switch. Is that it?
Yeah.
What? The white thing? I haven't got my glasses on. Where is the switch?
Here.
Oh, right. So there's not enough puff. There's not enough puff in the batteries. Oh, I just love it though. Yeah, because the wheels get a little bit on the track.
All the wheels have to be on the track.
Oh, wow. When you have children around, they must just love this so much. It's the sort of thing that you would remember if you went to someone's house and they had a train like this.
Yeah.
You would remember this, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Can we remember it at Christmas time? Can we go back? Yeah, and those tins look really, really nice under there. Really nice. It makes a scene, doesn't it, those tins? Yeah, I remember that at Starbucks.
Bows.
Yeah, I remember the bows as well. We used to have those on the half, didn't we, those bow boxes?
Yeah, and then the boots.
Oh, you should put the boots, I think, down there as well.
Yeah.
Because it is, you've made this into like the toy shop, really. Oh, that looks so, so nice. What a great idea, using tins under the tree. We've managed to put the tree topper on the top. We've gone for a Santa. He's been tied up with a hairband. I mean, hairbands are great if you can't get your tree topper to sit straight. Tie a hairband round the body of the fairy or round the star, and often it works, and this time it did. We've also put together a vintage toy train that my sister's got, and this is something that she found, I think, at a car boot sale, and it cost £5. We're going to get in our pyjamas, we're going to get settled on the sofa, and we're going to watch a Christmas movie. It must be nearly 10:30 now in the evening. When we're together, we soak up each hour, and that often means a very, very late night. It's time to get my pyjamas on and take my bra off. I cannot wait. Good morning, happy Sunday. These mugs are so special. They were bought for my sister and I by our Auntie Christine, who was our mum's best friend, and they come out every single year. My sister's made my coffee this morning in our old Santa mugs. Absolutely beautiful. I can't remember what the brand is of these. The Christmas Visit print. I think it was probably the early 90s. Definitely one of the most special items that comes out at Christmas. The tree is looking wonderful this morning. We just around the bottom of the tree here, my sister had a great idea, and we've put all our childhood tins around there, including our little festive boots, and my mum would stock them full of sweets. Mum would pop those on the mantelpiece. I think we've had them since young children, and I remember my mum bought them from Woolworths. The view just standing here in the morning is always so lovely. The grass is incredibly well kept, and it's just such a lovely garden to be in. Hopefully today we're going to get outside and do some gardening together. Lovely, lovely Sunday morning. We have been watching Keeping Up Appearances, the classic 1990s sitcom, followed by a film that we started last night. It's over on Netflix. A Castle for Christmas. I did watch it last year. I recommended it to my sister last night because her words were, shall we watch something that has the cheese of Channel 5 Christmas Hallmark films that maybe involves a prince and maybe some twee Britishness? And I said, I've got something that involves twee Scottishness. And she said, oh yeah, let's watch that. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it is a good one. It's about an American author who comes over to Scotland, and obviously she falls in love with a duke, and there is a castle involved. We thought we'd get to the end of the film, but oh my goodness me, I was so tired towards the end. I'm wearing my super cozy Sunday outfit today. I've got the gilet on that I was wearing yesterday. This is just a fleece from Primark. £11. Popped another gilet on. That was Primark years and years ago. I didn't pay very much money for that at all. I'm wearing my fleecy leggings. I've got my woolly Wellington boot socks on today because We're going to watch the Remembrance Sunday at 11 o'clock. After that, we're off to Savin Nurseries. If you've been watching the channel for quite a while, you will know that I absolutely love going round to Savin's. I am going to avoid the houseplants if I can. We need to pick up some compost because we are going out into my sister's garden later on. Super excited because we're going to be planting a bulb lasagna. I had never heard of this before. So my sister is going to show me that this morning. I'm really looking forward to that. And over breakfast, she was saying that there are a few garden jobs for us to be getting up to today. This is a sedum. You can see them in Cornwall sometimes. When my sister and I had a sister holiday, we saw a lot of these down in Cornwall. I know how many of you love crafting. Look at these. My sister has made these plant pots. I think they were crocheted. Let me just find out if they were crocheted. Were your plant pots crocheted, sis, or knitted? This one is a hand knitted pot and it is honestly stunning. She's very, very talented. I feel like she should go into business making her pots. She's got some hand knitted ones and crochet. I really struggle to keep these ones alive at home. For some reason, they just don't like it. I'm not sure why. My sister has managed to grow these, propagate them. I'll show you a propagated one in a minute. I believe this is a type of cheese plant, although do correct me if I'm wrong. We've got some of these at home and I know that they can be propagated. They hang beautifully. What I really like is how my sister uses pots with a hook. So she'll hook them over photo shelves or bookshelves or on a ladder, for example. This amber glass used to belong to me. We quite often swap things around. Some of her plants, you can see here, wow, the roots on this. Wow, look. She's told me it's super easy to propagate. I was saying earlier about the spider plant and that I have just a few small ones. This is one of my sister's ones, which I mentioned recently on a vlog, but just look down here. Look at all these baby spider plants. So if I just hold it up, these are all the little babies, just incredible. And there's one over this side as well. My spider plant is just probably one of these sizes. So sis, do these babies, do the baby spider plants just stay like this, or can you grow from them? Oh, so you cut these off and then you propagate them. So where would you cut off at the basically at the end of the stem?
Yeah.
Okay.
You pop these roots in
water.
Yeah.
Wow.
Water or soil.
If you was to propagate those little ones, this is what would happen.
Yeah, perfect.
Wow. So mine's like this. So this is going to take quite some time, I would believe, to grow some babies. And I suppose you just keep putting these in pots and pots until they're ready to have baby ones. Wonderful. So I absolutely love this tray. This was bought by our best friend and it's got little terracotta pots in and then succulents in there. Gorgeous. The aloe vera, you can see here, there is another one growing which does need to be propagated.
Oh, I come to hands on the wheel of my 13 Ford.
Oh yeah. How much is he? 14? Yeah, he's so cute. Yeah. I'm not so keen on the crocodile or the snake. Cyclamens at $2.50. These are nice, these orange ones. Real autumnal feel. Oh yeah, almost like an umbrella.
Did you get lost down in Sleeper Land?
These are the classic, aren't they? Hello, hi.
Yeah, good.
Herbs are here. I love looking at herbs when I come in here. The Autumnal Dream, lots of heathers at £2. They must be a type of heather, but they're not the same as those ones, are they? I'm guessing these come back every year, so I could recycle them after they've been on the balcony, because they're just the right height. So I've bought that rosemary there before.
Yeah, that's quite a big one, isn't it?
It's huge. I think it's £6 or £6.50. So £9.95 for those eucalyptus. I think that's a great price. But it's how do you keep them going? My sister's got one of these. They're absolutely gorgeous with this dark coloured leaf. That's right, yes, she has it outside in the summer and then brings it inside for the winter and then takes it back out again. I think the leaves on here are so beautiful with the dark colour running through. Dark accents, and this one is just Stunning. Do you think they'd survive inside? They don't even look real, do they? They look so perfect. So these are £59. Are they oranges? They are, aren't they? Or are they lemons, but turn? Because these ones are lemons.
Oh yeah, these are citrus red lime.
Limes. And then the lemons. I mean, how would you keep a lemon tree growing lemons? Does anybody have a lemon tree or know how to keep them alive? So many lemons on that one. And my sister's just called me over because she said, look at the size of this lemon. It's huge. If I just put my hands around it, you'll see, look how big this lemon is. My sister said, wow, it looks like a grapefruit. I've never seen a lemon this size before. Happiest when looking at houseplants and garden plants. The lemon plants here are absolutely incredible. The lemons are so big. Let's go and take a look at the houseplants. I'm going to try and promise not to buy any, but it will be quite difficult. Oh, they're gorgeous, aren't they? Look, this is what we were just saying, so gorgeous. Wow, I love those. I think I like anything with like a dark, like black tone. I've always loved that leaf.
Yeah, the white green one.
Yeah, I've had it before.
The striped one, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, here.
Yes.
I've had it before from IKEA actually.
Yeah.
I did manage to keep it, but for not for a really long time. These are love prayer plants. They're reptile friendly plants, these, it says. This one is like your colours of your living room because it's got the pink in. Have you got that one? Just fallen in love with these. Oh, these are called a flapjack. So I've got one of these in my kitchen. I don't know if you saw that. Flapjack. I'm gonna get another one. I love them so much.
This is a nice one.
I like the pots.
Bits.
The pots are gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, really nice.
I'll shut it again. All of the autumn tones. Just love being here. Not sure what that is, but I love the pom-poms at the top. $4.99. Autumnness again. Autumnness, not really a word. Let's say autumnal. Autumnal colours. Love it here. If you're local and you love plants, this is the place to come. So my sister has just bought one of these and it's at the front of her house. It's just beautiful. I mean, the colour of it is so vivid. Look at the stem there. Wow. Beautiful.
Oh, it's an Acer.
It's an Acer. I don't think I've seen that. The colours of the leaves. There, my sister was just saying, and she's so right, because of the colour of the stems, it gives a structural beauty in the winter when there's no leaves on the tree. Beautiful. Yeah, these are those ones that we were just saying about. They're gorgeous. How much are they? Wow. Would you not consider one of those? Sister is currently debating, should we think we're going to pick up this Acer here, the one that we were saying about earlier that's got that structural colour. But also she's fallen in love with this one, which is beautiful. And then over here, there is this darker coloured one. So let's just lift this up. This will, I don't think this is a great idea showing my sister this because she's going to want this one as well. What to do? Plants and trees are just never ending joy. Yeah, these are all $9.50. Well, we came in just for compost, but my sister has fallen in love with 2 trees and then she wants a couple more autumn plants. So I'm on my way to get a trolley while she decides which one she wants. Hello, you beautiful. It's always the way. Come to the garden centre for one thing and you end up buying 3 trees and some more autumnal plants. Typical us. Big stretch. Right, let's go and find my sister. Oh, there she is. She's decided which one she wants, I think. Just down there. I can sit on the compost if I have to, it's no problem. literally in the car, hiding under all of the plants and trees. This is what Sister Weekend looks like. We go to Savin's Nurseries and then pick up too many plants and trees. I'm going to try and get some compost in yet. Well, she's got some horicas as well here, and we're going to have such a fun afternoon. I picked up a flapjack there, and then I've also got another flapjack over there. We're just about in, there is no room. Let's go, go, go.
Well, the car feels heavy.
I can imagine it does. Right. I've been told just to sit here and wait for things to be moved. Oh,
Got it. Thanks.
that's okay. Oh, I think it's best I get out now. Well, we are in my sister's garden and I just feel incredibly happy out here. So Roo is just down here. I'll show you him in a minute. He's out here with a hot water bottle. He loves being outside. When my sister comes out, he comes out also. He's just, oh, let me show you him now. He absolutely loves being out here. He's very, very settled. He's got his hot water bottle and he will be out here all day. As you know, we've been to Savin's. We did buy some unexpected plants and trees. We bought 3 acers and then 3 horicas. Some people say horuca and some people say horica. I'm really sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. My sister and I have got lots and lots to do this afternoon. She's just showed me that there's 3 huge bags of bulbs to plant, and also we're going to be looking at getting some dahlias up out of the ground ready for the spring next year. So if you love a little bit of gardening, come and join us. It's going to be so much fun. My first job is to look at the seeds of this plant. This is a calendula and it's in this beautiful bright orange and also the yellow. We've got a beautiful pathway into the greenhouse. Oh my goodness me, the name's gone out my head again. Begonias. We've got some beautiful begonias leading up to the greenhouse. This is cyclamen and it used to belong to my mum, and my sister planted it out to make almost a green carpet. And then we've got the slabs here again taken from mum's garden. Let's take a big step into the greenhouse of dreams and just wait for it, because look up here. Look at all these wonderful vintage terracotta pots of all sizes. So we've got some really teeny tiny ones here. They're lovely, aren't they? I could just play in here all day. And then we've got some taller ones. I know I've got many friends here that will absolutely love these terracotta pots. And at the end here, I haven't seen this for years. This bell used to belong to my mum. I think it belonged to her dad. It would sit on the windowsill of the hallway and it was almost like an emergency bell if we was ever sort of stuck upstairs. It's a cowbell. Did you know that, sis, that this is a cowbell? And it used to belong to Grandad. I love how aged it is. It's aged definitely over the years. Some more beautiful colour. Lots and lots of terracotta pots. They go really well against this really dark green greenhouse. My sister often uses these for propagation. So they are there. We've got more terracotta pots along here. And then down here I have an activity set up. We've got the seeds here from the calendula, and what I need to do is label the packet of seeds, put the seeds into each bag so they are ready for the spring. You can sow these from March to May or August through to October, and they flower between May and September. Let's get going with our first job. My next job is to lift up some of the dahlias and then find the bulbs at the bottom and cut so far up, just making sure they've got a little bit of a stem, and then we will dry those out in the greenhouse over the winter. Let's get going. I'm having the best day. See what she means. Oh, brilliant. So we need to shake off So my sister's just said that once we've got all the soil off, these will go into the greenhouse to dry out, and then she stores them in the loft over the winter. There's a collection of dahlia bulbs here to prune in a bit. Absolutely love it. I couldn't think of anything better to do on a Sunday afternoon, honestly. This is one of the dahlias, but we're going to leave this one because it's still flowering, and unbelievably, it's just got a couple of fresh buds there. Right, well, now that we've got all of the bulbs out, it's my job to cut off this greenery. I'll just show you what I'm going to do so that you know. Let's take one. So my instructions are, let's put that there, I need to cut up the stem around 6 inches. So we're going to get rid of all the top. Yeah, he's very content. Rue is down here, he's so settled. It's probably about, I would say, an hour from when I last spoke to you, and he has not moved from his basket. Don't want to interrupt you, but are you good? Now this bench used to belong to Mum, and she had this bench in her garden, and it sat next to her garden shed, and she would go out most days with a cup of tea and sit there and look upon her garden. Unfortunately, over the years, the bench needed a little bit of love and care. My sister's father-in-law and his twin brother have really restored this bench, and it means so much to us. For my sister's birthday, I got a little plaque made, and I would love to show you. Please do excuse my very muddy hands, but I wanted to show you the plaque. So the plaque reads, Mum's bench, let's have a cup of tea in the garden. The bench really is in such a lovely position because it overlooks the whole garden. It's a bit later on now, and I'm going to start the bulb lasagnas that I've been talking about all of this vlog. So come with me and I'll show you exactly how to make a bulb lasagna. It's incredibly simple apparently, so let's give it a go. The coziest of autumn scenes. We've got a pot here and we're going to layer up bulbs in the order that they would appear. So the tulips are going to go right at the bottom because they come out the latest. Then we're going to put daffodils because they come out before the tulips, and then at the top we put things like snowdrops or anything that comes out very, very early spring. So you've got early spring, mid-spring, late spring. So in goes just some fresh compost just on the top there. Then let's look at the colours. So we've got tulips copper, tulips spring green, tulips spring green and bronze. So they are a separate pack. Good boy. And then bronze again. So they go there. John, come on, I'll help you. Good boy. Off you go. Tulips are going to go in. Spread them round. I have seen this being done before, but I didn't know it was called a bulb lasagna. What a great name. What a great name. A bulb lasagna. It makes sense, doesn't it? Next layer of compost is down, and now we're going for the daffodils. 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. My sister was explaining that normally the early spring bulbs would go on the top, and unfortunately we don't have any snowdrops. Snowdrops are great for pots, but we do have some bulbs that my sister had last year, and she said she's not 100% sure when they come out, but we think that they are the small daffodil bulbs, and they can come out quite early. They're already sprouting. These in just at the top. Then another layer of soil. There we go, a bulb lasagna. Hopefully this will look beautiful in the spring.